Hey y'all, welcome to Oddball Speed and Fab's YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much for joining me here tonight. Something that I've been kicking around, a little idea, is doing a mini series on my channel and doing some tips and tricks. Going to be calling it a Tech Tip Tuesday or a Tech and Tool Tip Tuesday. And I'll be bringing that to you weekly, bi-weekly, or possibly monthly, but it will be airing on a Tuesday. And we're going to be showing y'all some tips and tricks that we do to make our job a little bit easier here in my shop, and whether that's doing welding and fabrication or doing chassis work or working on a hot rod or doing some big block, small block Chevy type work. The stuff you see here on the table, I want to let y'all know I am not sponsored by any of the companies and the brands that you see here. Boy, I wish I was. That'd be awesome. This here, I'll be bringing all these tools later on in more depth in later episodes. The company that makes this is called GSTP, and that's the company that sells it anyway. But what this is a tool that you chuck it up in a vise and it lets you get your tube nuts onto braided fuel line. I thought this was a gimmick until I used it last week and found out that I had a little bit of some tougher line and some tougher steel fittings that I just couldn't get on by hand, and that tool saved me. This is a little tool made by Doyle. You can get this at Harbor Freight. It's just a rib nut tool. Maybe some of you guys would like to see some of that on the channel. This is a hydraulic crimping tool that I got off of Amazon. What about a swag off-road dimple die and a swag off-road knockout punch? I got the whole set. They kind of go hand in hand. If you got one, it's nice to have the other as well. I'll show you guys how to drill your hole, use your knockout punch, and then we'll go over to the 20-ton press in the corner of the shop and we'll get a piece of sheet metal and we'll put a dimple die in there. That's awesome for guys that are building hot rods that wants to use speed holes in their projects. These here are a set of brake line straightening tools. This is a brake line straightening tool that I'm really not too fond of. We'll go over the pros and cons of these tools here. This does 3/16 and this does 1/2 inch. And we'll show you guys what I like about these tools. These are awesome. Get your mind out of the gutter on these. I know what y'all are thinking. This is a brake line flare tool. It's a turret style flare tool. This comes with a molded case, and there's 2 spots for these turret heads to go. But when you buy this, you have the option to do a 45 or a 37 degree. I wanted both because 37 degree is for AN and your 45 is for your standard SAE. But for some reason, when they sell this kit, there's only one company out there. I don't remember the name of it, but they're purple on top, and they make a case, blow molded case with 2 spots, and you get both. One thing that I have figured out about this kit is it goes from 3/16 up to 3/8, and you can't do a 1/2 inch. But I figured out how to take this kit. I modified it with some extra parts, getting some dies and stuff, and I figured out that you can actually do a 1/2 inch double flare on 1/2 inch. Before, you would have to get your old grandpa's flare tool from his shed to do a single flare. But now with this kit, we can do a double flare, and we can also do 1/2 inch. Manufacturer does not advertise a 1/2 inch, but I figured out how to make it work. So anyway, I'd like to show you guys that. That's another little tip I'll bring to the channel. Stick around. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. That way I can see you guys back here in my shop next week. Now don't forget, it's just a tip.